there's a conversation happening in high-level circles that says AI Studio is only a vibe coder. And the idea is true, but it is incomplete. In isolation, yes, AI Studio is just a vibe coder. On the other end of the spectrum, there are some people who seem to think that AI Studio is going to completely change how we use high level. That idea also is inaccurate and overly dramatized. I watched a YouTube video today in which one of the significant players in the "you can build a business with a high level" camp made the point that AI Studio vibe codes web apps. It doesn't build web pages. The case was quite compelling. My friend Ray is correct about the output. The product that comes out of AI Studio is a web app, not a landing page. And that's the frustration people are having. Why can't I migrate it into my sites? Because it's not a site, it's a different thing. The product that comes out of web AI Studio is a web app, not a website, not a funnel, not a website. But that is not the operational question. The real question is not, what does AI Studio build? The real question is, how does AI Studio connect? Because we don't use high level because it has the slickest user interface or the most amazing graphics. We don't use lead connector email because it's the most intuitive or it has the highest deliverability. We don't use high level because each individual tool is the best in class, although some of them are getting very, very close. We use it because everything is connected. Each tool in high level has a role. Each of the AI platforms within the system has a separate functionality. Ask AI is for queries, for thinking, for business analytics. Workflow AI, execution. Funnel and website AI, pages and sites. Conversation, voice, email AI, messaging. Content and blog AI, authority. And the AI Studio is for web apps. The mistake that many seem to be making is treating these amazing tools as isolated features. What I see often are people with a great work ethic pointed in a direction that isn't right for them. Or they're bouncing between good ideas and never sitting in any one of them long enough to let the effort compound. So this is a self-diagnostic tool that I built for struggling operators in the high-level ecosystem to assess whether their results might not be matching their efforts. And here's the point. The structure of the web app was defined before the build started. I didn't use one tool. I used all the tools, and each of the tools fit in a particular way. My trained ChatGPT project gave me the prompt to direct high levels Ask AI for how to build the components. Then Ask AI gave me prompts for each of the feature AIs. And once I was done with the build, I went back to Ask AI to have it double check my work. That's another video on my YouTube channel. So this is not just a web page. It looks like a web page, but it is a vibe coded working UI connected to multiple systems in the core platform. This input survey is hosted in the sites feature. I didn't drag and drop a survey element. I simply included in the original prompt, use the business model alignment check survey. AI Studio went and found the correct survey in sites and embedded it. So if I were to complete this survey live on the show, so then I'm going to go through the survey and I'm going to do slightly random for interest of time. I'm not actually reading the questions. I'm just going through as a pattern, answering. This is a pattern I've never used. So after I'm off the recording, I will go back and I will see what this pattern ended up creating. There you go. That input isn't locked in the AI Studio. That is a survey submission inside the HighLevel operating system. And the operating system has already triggered the workflow, the correct scoring engine. So this is the survey insights. Here is the point. The statement in the video I saw today was that AI Studio is only a standalone vibe code web app builder. But these are embedded elements from the operating system, the survey and the calendar. For this YouTube short, I simply added the link in the prompt over here and told it to insert it after the embedded community window, which I had already given it the URL telling it where this community is, and it embedded the community. So when I tell the AI Studio to use a specific form or a survey or even this collab community, it doesn't simulate or emulate, it embeds the actual asset. And if you're a coder, you can switch to code view and then prompt the AI to edit the specific lines of the code. I ain't going to do that. The AI Studio is collecting and displaying and processing in public, but the operating system is processing forms, surveys, and payment submissions the way it always has. I didn't write all of these work, so there's one active enrolled. That's this test case that I just put in. I didn't write all of these workflow actions. I gave Workflow AI the prompt that Ask AI wrote, and then I modified the instructions as necessary to get the correct scoring cycle for the result we needed. And this is the actual GHL Business Launch Discovery Call calendar, not a separate AI Studio only calendar widget. And the emails that come based on the scoring results point to this funnel that is also built by AI, but funnel AI instead of AI Studio. They aren't isolated tools, they are shared system resources. AI Studio isn't only a vibe code web app builder. It isn't only limited to one use. Because it is native to the HighLevel account where it is hosted, it's the layer that lets you assemble a working operating system. If you treat it like a standalone tool, you miss what it's actually doing. If you place it inside the operating system, it makes a lot more sense. I'm Keith Bashirs. I'm the bald guy. I help guide struggling not yet agencies, to discover the right way to use HighLevel in their unique situation.